So this is effectively round 2 with a seal install. So the last one I put in here was a year ago, and for whatever reason, it ended up being loose enough that it was actually spinning. Now I don't visually see any wear here, and there is no play in the crank. A little bit of end play, but not much. So it looks nice and clean. There's no rust in there. It's all very clean. So we've got let's see, old seal here, new seal here, OEM Briggs. So let's put the new seal in, and pause. Alright, so I've got grease on the inner part of this, but not on the outer. I'm not going to use any sealer or anything. I'm literally just going to put this in dry. Now the outer surface, well, the whole thing in there has been brake cleaned. And incidentally, the hole that's here, the oil hole, I did make sure is patent. Use some carb cleaner to make sure that's patent. So, let me add just a little bit more grease. Hang on. So let's try this again. So there is actually grease on the crankshaft. And what I'm going to do with the Coke can is slide it right over that. So that now, as the seal goes down, it's guided over the lip. And the Coke can, by the way, in case anybody's wondering, is just not strong enough to, or rather, yeah, the Coke can just doesn't have the strength to actually puncture the rubber. And can I push this in by hand? Not quite. Close. So let's tap this down with a piece of PVC. Just push on it. Either way, it's tough enough that I don't think it's going to spin. I'm going to give this a few taps. And hang on. So I gave it a few taps, and it did not go in, it did not slide in. It definitely had to be tapped in. You can see there's a little bit of a lip right here. This is fairly flush over here. So I'm going to see if I can get this a little more flush. So if we want to drive this any further, we can, but let's pull the can out and see if she's over the lip more or less. Nice and easy. Yeah. Looks good to me. There's grease on the crankshaft itself, but the rubber to aluminum here interface is pretty tight. It's definitely more tight than it was. A little bit of end play there, but the seal is still intact no matter where that sits. So if we turn this, that seal is not moving. So I'm not going to bury this seal at all. I'm just going to leave it flush. And I'm going to reinstall the whole thing, make sure it runs. And we're going to hope and pray that we don't have any more trouble here, you know. I still don't know exactly why that seal ended up having a problem, but hopefully this one won't. Anywho, that's about that for today. I'm going to just get this back together. I got to clean this up a bit. Leafy, lots of leaves. So, grass. I was actually, the seal came from Snow White Power Equipment. I called 2 other places, they didn't have it. Snow White had it down in Southington, so thank you for that. And to the Colonel, if you're watching, who waited on me at the counter, appreciate it. And he actually suggested that I put this in without sealant, but of course grease the crankshaft. So, and to Joe Piper as well. Joe, thank you for talking at me this afternoon. And yeah, be nice to know exactly why this happened. I guess maybe the Loctite 518, really you don't want it on the outside of the seal at all. Maybe it's really just important to leave this as it is. So I'm going to leave this just like this. This is basically flush right here all the way around. So yeah, if it looks very straight to me, I wouldn't touch it anymore. And if we have a problem, then we can revisit it later. Okay, thanks everybody. Have a great day. Be safe, and thanks for watching.